All right, sit down, turn that noise off, and listen close. I'm not about to drop some bedtime story about fast Lambos and overnight millions. Nah, this ain't that. This is the cold truth, straight out of the trenches, from somebody who's seen more blown accounts than hot dinners. See, everybody walks into the market like it's Vegas. They come in with big eyes, fast fingers, and dumb dreams. I'm gonna make money. That's the anthem. That's the fantasy. But that's also the setup. Because the market loves fresh meat, the ones who chase the money before they learn how not to lose it. Let me tell you something. In trading, your first job ain't to win. It's to survive. That's the law. That's the commandment. That's the foundation. You don't build an empire on wins. You build it on not getting wrecked. You don't learn how to multiply capital until you master how not to burn it. Because this game, this wild, dirty, beautiful beast we call trading, is a war of attrition. The ones who last because they know how to not lose when everybody else is bleeding. Yo, you think Warren Buffett, Soros, or the shadow killers at Stockforce One started their journey asking, how can I make 10 million? Nah, they asked, how can I not die? They learned defense before offense. They learned how to block before they threw a punch. And that's what separates the traders from the tourists. See, the tourists, they come in like it's a theme park. They get high on the hype, chasing every candle like it owes them rent. They don't have a plan, they don't have a system. They just got vibes and greed. And greed don't pay rent in the market. Greed gets liquidated. Now the traders, the real ones, they think different. They don't chase, they calculate. They don't guess, they protect. Their charts ain't maps to fantasy, they're blueprints for survival. They study where not to enter more than where to enter. They build layers of protection before they even think about profit. That's what we teach at Stockforce One, the most no-bullshit academy on the damn planet. You want hype? Go to YouTube. You want skill? You come here? Because at Stockforce One, we don't teach dreams. We teach defense. We show you how to read shadow patterns, how to follow the footprints of the market makers, the invisible architects of the game, the big boys who don't care about your emotions or your Fibonacci lines. They move liquidity, they manipulate momentum, and if you can't see their shadows, you'll get played every single day. So before you talk about profit, before you talk about financial freedom, ask yourself, can I protect my damn capital? Because that's the question that saves your life. See, not losing is the secret weapon of every pro. You cut your losses, you manage your risk, and you wait. That's it. You don't chase. You don't revenge trade. You don't double down because your pride got hurt. You move like a sniper, not a stormtrooper. Most people blow up not because they're wrong. Being wrong is fine. They blow up because they can't stop digging when they're in a hole. You ever seen a rookie trader after a loss? It's like watching somebody wrestle with their ego in real time. They'll say, it's gonna bounce back. They'll move the stop. Then the market slaps them again. Okay, I'll add one more lot. Another slap. Then, boom! Account gone. Pain, regret, denial. But the pro? The pro takes the loss, nods, and logs it. Okay, that didn't work. I live to fight another day. You see the difference? One dies emotionally every trade. The other one lives to see another setup. And that's the essence of learning not to lose. It's emotional control, it's humility, it's respect for the market. Look, this game ain't about genius. It's about consistency. You can have the IQ of Einstein and still lose your shirt if you don't manage risk. You can have the worst education in the world and still build wealth if you master discipline. Because the market don't reward smart, it rewards stable. Every trader's first holy mission is capital preservation. Not getting rich, not flexing, not screenshots, survival. The problem is, everyone wants the dessert, but nobody wants the vegetables. Everybody wants profit, but nobody wants process. They all skip the boring stuff, journaling, risk rules, trade reviews, and then cry when they blow up. Bro, you can't skip the grind. You can't fake discipline. The market smells weakness. It hunts over confidence. It punishes laziness. That's why we built Stockforce One different. We don't sell fantasy. We build killers. You'll learn the math, the patterns, the psychology, the full armor of trading. 'Cause this ain't some game of predictions. It's a game of reactions. Let me break it down for you real simple. Your number one job is not to let a single bad trade kill you. Your number two job is not to let your emotions multiply the damage. Your number three job is to repeat those two jobs every single day. You do that, and you win by default. You ever seen those shadow patterns Danny Skill talks about? Those hidden liquidity traps? Those fake outs where the big players scoop up your stop losses? That's not coincidence. That's architecture. That's manipulation disguised as movement. And guess who funds those manipulations? The impulsive ones, the greedy ones, the ones who can't stand losing. You know what's funny? The market doesn't even need to beat you. You beat yourself. You get emotional. You make mistakes. You chase entries. You overtrade. You break your own rules. That's not the market's fault. That's yours. Trading's not a fight against price. It's a fight against you. That's why I tell every new trader the same thing. Your first goal ain't profit. Your first goal is to not self-destruct. Every bad habit in trading, oversizing, impatience, FOMO. It all comes from not learning how to lose properly. You lose once, and your ego says, double down. You lose twice, and your brain says, revenge. You lose 3 times, and your soul says, maybe I'm cursed. But nah, you're just undisciplined. You know what a pro says after 3 losses? Next. No drama. No meltdown. Just next. Because he knows the truth. This ain't about one trade. This is about thousands of them. It's about the long game. And the long game only works if you protect the base, your capital, your mindset, your confidence. At Stockforce One, we got a saying. You can't win if you can't stay in. That's the gospel. You can have the best system in the world, shadow patterns, price action, volume spread, but if you blow your account before the system has time to work, you'll never know its power. That's why every rule we teach starts with protection. 1 to 2% risk per trade. Journal every decision. Never trade emotion. Never chase momentum after missing it. Never let one red day erase a week of work. Follow those rules and suddenly the chaos starts to calm down. You stop reacting and you start observing. You stop panicking and you start planning. You stop losing like an amateur and you start surviving like a strategist. And that's when you start winning. Not because you got smarter, but because you got patient. The biggest myth in trading is that making money is hard. It's not. Keeping money is hard because every time you get ahead, your brain starts whispering, let's go bigger. Let's go faster. And that's how you fall. The great ones, The Danny skills, the Shadow Masters. They move slow, precise, like chess players. Every piece protected, every move calculated. They don't gamble, they execute. They don't dream, they adapt. They know that defense is offense in disguise. You want to know why most traders fail? It's not because their analysis sucks, it's because they can't handle boredom. They can't sit still. They trade when there's no setup just to feel alive. But the market don't pay for excitement. It pays for patience. You want to play this game long enough to win? Learn to not lose. That's the first step to freedom. The ones who last don't chase home runs, they hit singles every day. They compound discipline. They play small, they stay small until the market forces them to scale. You know what the irony is? Once you master not losing, profit starts hunting you. You stop forcing it. It starts flowing. Because the market can't destroy a man who refuses to destroy himself. That's why we say, shadow traders don't fight the market. They move with it. The shadow pattern system from StockForce One ain't about catching every move. It's about reading intention, not reaction. Seeing where the big players are fishing for liquidity and refusing to be the bait. You protect your capital and you protect your clarity. You protect your clarity and you protect your consistency. You protect your consistency and profit becomes inevitable. That's the chain. That's the path. That's the real hustle. And yo, let me say this loud for the back row. If you don't learn how to not lose, the market will teach you. With pain, interest, and humiliation. That's tuition. That's how the market weeds out the impulsive from the intelligent. So yeah, maybe it ain't sexy. Maybe it ain't get rich quick. Maybe it's not what the Instagram traders post next to their fake Ferraris, but it's the truth. Trading's not about fireworks. It's about fireproofing. Protect first, profit later. That's the creed. That's the StockForce One code. And if you master that, if you learn to move silent, protect capital, study pain, and trust the system, then one day you'll look back and realize you didn't just survive the market. You became part of the shadow. You ready to stop losing like retail and start thinking like a sniper? Then remember this. Every damn day you open your charts. Don't ask how to win. Ask how not to die. That's where real traders are born. That's where discipline lives. That's where legends like Danny Skill built StockForce One. Brick by brick, loss by loss, shadow by shadow. Because before you can earn your freedom in this game, you gotta earn your scars. And that starts with the hardest lesson of all. In trading, you must first learn how not to lose.